Hi everyone. I'm going to split this into two videos. So if you want to get into the actual review questions, then I would say get into the next video. For this video though, I'm going to be going over the upcoming items and sort of how the rest of the course is going to go. And then I'm also going to talk a bit about the exam. So first of all, what is upcoming? Well, today's the 4th. And what's due today is the onboarding exam for noon, and then the assignment 4 is due at 11:59 p.m. So those are the two things for today, and then Monday's going to be the practice exam. So on Monday at 1 p.m. on OWL, on Proctor Track, I'm going to be releasing this 1-hour exam, which is basically going to be a mini version of the full exam. That doesn't mean that it's going to be actually a part of the exam, it's just going to be similar. So I'm writing these questions, and I'm also going to be writing the full exam, so that you should see some sort of carryover in terms of the style of the questions. Because essentially what I'm doing is I'm going through the modules, I'm going through each week and looking at a topic and then sort of coming up with a question, whether it's multiple choice or true, false, or short answer. And that's how I'm sort of making the exam. And I might also go into the textbook and skim through that and pick a few sort of types of questions, but at this point I'm really just going over the modules for each week. So if you're familiar with that, you should be good. And what's more important to prepare is really just to go over these review questions that I'm going to cover in the next video. Ideally before I review it, or before you click that video, I would go over it yourself. And then also take the practice exam, and that should really help you for the final. Okay, so that's it for upcoming items. So again, today it's the onboarding exam by noon, assignment 4 by midnight, and then the practice exam Monday at 1 p.m. from 1 to 2. And with the practice exam, again, it's going to be on Proctor Track, and it'll be 1 hour, but I will re-release it sometime later in the week, and you'll be able to do it untimed, and however many times you want. So that'll just be there for you sort of until a day or two before the actual exam. So that's it for what's upcoming. In terms of the exam, what I would do is every now and then check in with this page if you have any questions about the exam, because I'll be filling it with different things. Like in the next couple days, I'll be putting more info about the format, and as we get closer and closer, I will keep adding more information, so things will hopefully become more clear. And for today, again, we're going to be going over this review. Before we get into that, I'll talk a bit about the format up to this point, the plan for the format. So we're going to have multiple choice, true, false, and short answer. Multiple choice are just like any multiple choice questions. You'll have 4 options or so, and you pick one, and that's it. For true, false, though, it's there's going to be 2 sort of styles of true, false questions. So one style is going to be just straight true and false, right? You pick your answer and you're right or wrong. The other type of question under the true-false category, though, would be having some justification. So this would be 2 marks, and it would most likely be all or nothing, because in general, if you're picking an incorrect answer here, your justification is probably not going to line up. But if you just selected the wrong thing and you correctly justified the correct answer, you would get a mark. So, it's not necessarily all or nothing, but the point is that there are 2 marks here. So there's 1 mark for selecting the correct answer and 1 mark for properly justifying your answer. So that's how the true and false are going to go. Some of them are going to be like this, others will be like this. For the short answer, these are some examples, but there are other styles of questions that could be asked. So here we have some question about, here's some code, and I'm asking a question about the code. Another question could be, under short answer, could be to actually write a Python program. And again, this is not going to be a long program, it's just going to be some number of lines, a short answer type of question. So I'm not going to say it's going to be under 8 lines exactly, but it's not going to be, you're not going to be recreating assignment 3 or something. It's going to be a short program to test your knowledge of some concept. And then here is another example of a short program which you would write to test your knowledge of, in this case, recursion. But what else could I ask? I could ask maybe a sort of discussion question, discussing a concept. And if I think of anything else, it'll probably show up in the practice exam. If not there, it'll appear. I'll talk about it more in the exam prep page when I talk about the format. So that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll be going over the review itself.